Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Spirits Divine Light. Today's video is going to be a tarot reading for the Divine Masculine of the Sagittarius. All right, just cleaning up some ash here. So, Sagittarius, please remember that this may or may not resonate. Only take what resonates and leave the rest behind, right? It is for entertainment purposes only. And obviously, time is fluid, energies can change, and people have free will, including yourself. So, Sagittarius, this is going to be a very interesting reading. So, please be advised. Everybody has divine masculine and divine feminine energy. It does not necessarily mean this is a males only reading. It can be for females or anybody in between. Okay. So just so you are aware that it's not like one specific type of reading. All right. So with that said, I hope that is something that you acknowledge here. Okay. And if you're interested in it, Sagittarius, I have readings for sale for 66% off, already marked down from like 50% off. And you can use code Halloween at checkout on my Ko-Fi, or you can like click the link below, or it is available on like my YouTube information, right? So if that's something you're interested in, obviously, I'm just letting everybody know. It's on sale till November 1st. Otherwise, that's all I got for you. So we're going to cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space here. And then we will get into the reading. I'm taking 3 cards from each of these, and then we'll do a tarot reading. Okay, so with that being said, let's cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space here. All right. So we're going to cleanse the cards, the energy, and the space. 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 All right. Cleanse my energy and my space. All right. All right, cleansing my energy and my space. Sorry about that. All right, so Spirit Guide, Guardian Angels, Ancestors, I ask for you to join me today in this reading for Sagittarius, for the Divine Masculine. What do they need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? All right, Divine Masculine energy. What do they need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear, please? Divine Masculine energy for the Sagittarius, of course. What do they need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? Oh, those cards were not supposed to be upright. All right, but it is what it is. Moving on to the next cards here. So we have these cards here. All right. And what does Sagittarius need to know? What does Sagittarius need to see? What does the Sagittarius need to hear? All right. What do they need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? What does Sagittarius need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear today? All right. We got 3 cards for that. Okay. And put those there. Finally, we have the Gods and Titans deck. So this deck is going to have a little bit of like story or information about the Gods or Titans. All right. I always encourage everybody to check out the stories because some of their stories may resonate with you. All right. If the general information resonates, please do check out their stories. You may find something useful for you. Okay. So what is the Sagittarius Divine Masculine need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear, please? All right. So we got 3 cards there. Okay, so moving on here, we will get right into this tarot reading for you. So the energy, what is the energy of the Divine Masculine of the Sagittarius, please? What is the energy of the Divine Masculine of the Sagittarius, please? What is the energy of the Divine Masculine of the Sagittarius? Okay, so there's your energy. What is the conflict for the Divine Masculine, please? Okay, here's your conflict. What are the negatives affecting the situation for them? Okay. What are the positives affecting the situation for them? Okay. What are the neutrals affecting the situation for them? Okay. What are the possible advice, solution, outcome for the situation for the Sagittarius, please? Okay, so Sagittarius, first of all, you have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, the 8 of Swords, and the 3 of Cups. So I see here in your energy, you're kind of working on yourself, on your own stability. Some of you may not be in a committed type of relationship. With the 8 of Swords, you are the only ones holding you back mentally on something, okay? And the 3 of Cups is you do have people around you that do care about you, and this is something you may be acknowledging, okay? With the conflict, you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, or sorry, the Hermit upright, and then the 9 of Wands upright, all right? So the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is definitely showing a lack of stability. Some of you are feeling like either you're over giving to situations and not receiving back, or you're just feeling unstable in connections or just unstable in yourself. Okay. With the Hermit, you see a little bit of like introverted, looking within, kind of seeing solutions in that, finding the light in the dark. And then with the 9 of Wands, I also see a very independent energy. Okay. So sometimes you may be too independent, and that may be causing a little bit of conflict around you. Sometimes you may not be speaking on what it is that you're passionate about, or your hopes and dreams, or whatever. If you're in a connection, maybe the person in the connection may not know where you're going, or this is just general for yourself. Okay. What are the negatives affecting the situation? You have the 7 of Cups, the Tower, and the Star in reverse. So what I'm seeing here is, negatively, there may be somebody that is expressing way too many emotions onto you. With the Tower, I do see some kind of huge change happening. I just heard moving for some of you, okay? And that may be something a little bit scary. With the Star in reverse, I do see some fears about never making it to some kind of like dream that you have. All right. So, what are the positives affecting the situation? You have the Knight of Wands, the Page of Cups in reverse, and then you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm seeing positively for some of you, it's a very independent willpower you do have. But the Page of Cups is, some of you may not be too focused on love, but some of you also aren't very kind to yourself emotionally. So this is definitely something that's reminding you to stay kind, okay? With the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I do see more of a quick moving type of energy. So if some of you are moving, I do see this happening a lot sooner than you predicted or thought, all right? Next, you have the neutral. So you have the 8 of Cups in reverse, you have the Strength card in reverse, and then you have the 3 of Wands. So for you, I see not necessarily walking away from anything, right? People's, places, things emotionally. However, you may be physically leaving people, right? With the Strength card in reverse, I do see a little bit of lack of strength because you're a little bit unsure of the situation. With the 3 of Wands, I do see a little bit of step of moving towards what it is you want, though, and taking that direction. Okay. I heard no fear. All right. What is your possible outcome, solution, advice? I see with the 4 of Pentacles, you may be holding back a little bit on energy or finances or something. I do see a need for an equal give and change. Otherwise, that could cause some conflicts. All right. With the 7 of Wands in reverse, I do see a little bit of lack of peace. I do see you, though, making the effort to work on that. And then with the Knight of Cups in reverse, that at least isn't the Page of Cups anymore. However, a little bit of confliction with yourself right now. Okay. Even in the future, you may still be a little bit conflicted on what it is you want to do or achieve in life. Okay. So that's something for you, Sagittarius. Next, we have the other cards here for you. So Sagittarius, we've got these cards. So we've got the North Node, Life's Purpose in reverse. Okay. So some of you aren't quite making it to your North Node achievements yet. Okay. You have 8th house, endings and beginnings. Okay, that's in reverse. So some of you have a fear of endings and beginnings. Okay, and then the Neptune in reverse is sacrifice. Some of you aren't too sure on what sacrifices you should make. All right. What I see here as well is you may have a little bit of out of placements in your Neptune, your 8th house, or your North Node. I don't know what sign specifically because they are not there. All right. So it could be very well any sign depending on who you are. Next, we have soulmate. So you do have somebody that is your soulmate and you can feel it and you know it, okay? Next, we have crystal vision. So you definitely see with this person a vision, all right? And then you have bloom in reverse. So you have a vision, but you're not too sure how you're going to get that vision to bloom. This is probably where you may want to talk to that person, okay? Communicate, share that passionate energy, what you want, what you see, what you desire, what you hope, your dreams, because your soulmate will want you to have your own dreams and aspirations as they will have yours, but I guarantee you most of them will have some kind of connection with yours, okay? Next, we have typhoon, anger, rage in reverse. So I do see some of you understanding that and trying to leave that behind. Raw power. Some of you may feel a little bit powerless right now, okay? And then apu, it's fear in reverse. So I'm seeing, even though you may be afraid in some aspects, you have no fear of certain things in life, right? Everybody's got their fears and everybody's got their stuff that they don't really have fears over. And I see that you're kind of in between here. So let's find out some information here about each of these gods or titans, whatever they are. All right. So I'm just going to flip the cards around here so I can see their names properly, because sometimes the spellings are very similar between certain ones. Okay. So we've got Typhoon. Okay. So he is what is he? He is a god of storms, and because of his control and destructive winds, all right, he is a nearly undefeatable monster, one of the mightiest, okay? So I see with that in reverse, some of you are trying to tame the monster within, okay? That's what I see it as. You're not angry, you're trying to tame the monster within kind of situation and address that. So let's see what Ra is. Ra, God, all right. Ra. I believe he's Egyptian. Okay, so he's the Egyptian sun god, considered the king of the deities and the creator of the universe. Okay, so some of you I see, you might also be lacking a little bit of creativity now, or how you can express your emotions through is through creativity. All right. With that sun, I also see some of you may not quite see the light of everything. Some of you may be dealing with like addictions, shopping addictions, whatever resonates with you, or somebody else in your life is, and they may feel powerless and you may feel powerless because you cannot help them. However, you might be able to get creativity and maybe have them create or something. Be a leader in that aspect is kind of what I'm seeing here, okay? Be supportive, but don't be their crutch, right? Pooh, I'm sure I spelled that wrong or said it wrong. He is the Mayan god of death, darkness, and disaster. Okay, so that's in reverse. So that's something you don't want. You're trying to leave all that negative energy behind, Sagittarius. Okay. The underworld, right? So he is a fearsome, unforgiving figure, brings disaster. So that is something maybe some of you are trying to do, is learn how to forgive, okay? So that is very important to note, all right? So if that made sense, great. If not, please throw it away for another person to claim. As always, I appreciate your time, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.